good news for once on this show. Japan is going to try a 4-day work week. And the reason that they are doing this is because Iceland recently tested a 4-day work week, and they had a massive success. People were more productive, they reported being happier, employers were happy, employees were happy, and the people who participated in this were just thrilled in general. Now, I mentioned a couple weeks ago on the show that a large trade union in Germany is trying the same thing with 4-day work weeks. I don't know how that experiment has gone, but I imagine it probably went equally well, because the truth is, having an extra day in the week to do things that aren't work, provides you the opportunity to live a happier, fuller, more family and personal-centric life. Whereas working all the time, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, as I mentioned a couple weeks ago on the show, is a way that we are kind of kept down and forced to buy conveniences that we don't need. So I wish the Japanese luck with this particular experiment. I'm sure it'll be a massive success. When I was hearing about this, I heard a point that was kind of interesting. Japan, like the United States, is kind of one of these workaholic cultures where we spend a lot of our time, we take a lot of our pride in our work and in our work lives. Not to the exclusion of anything else, but to the extent that we are very tired, we kind of feel beaten down by the system. So the government essentially saw, hey, our people are working really hard. And actually, there were some articles a while back of people falling asleep standing up in Japan, or collapsing outside their offices and things like that. So really, this kind of change to give people more of their life back, I'm sure is going to be massively successful in Japan, and it'll be one of those things that once they give it, they can't take it back. And so the hope is that as more countries try this, Iceland's tried it, Japan is trying it, Germany. One of the largest trade unions in Germany has tried it, that we will begin to push, we'll be able to push back on this idea that 40 hours a week is something to be, that is just normal, right? That that it should be done, and that we should be happy about our 40-hour work weeks. We work too much as is, right? So we have the opportunity to fundamentally change the way that we interact with the work week, that we interact with our own lives and the lives of other people. And if we can reduce the amount of work that we're doing and live happier, fuller lives, then it will have been worth it. So the hope is that other nations, even the United States, will take a look at what Japan is doing, and take a look at what Iceland and Germany are doing, and really think to themselves, by the way, this is going to have to be worker pushed, right? Especially in a country like the U.S. But think to themselves, that we can be just as productive in 4 days as we are in 5, or even more productive in 4 days than we are in 5, and we can spend more of our waking lives surrounded by people that we enjoy, and not having to do hard work for people who are just buying our labor. Right? We are the vendors of our labor, so we should control more of how we sell that labor. And hopefully, a move to reduce the work week is going to create an impetus for that kind of change. So I don't know if I'm hopeful or not, but what I can say is that I'm excited for the Japanese people. I really hope that people take a look at their lives during this trial and get used to it, right? Get used to having that 3rd day off. Make it so that it can't be taken away. Make it so that this type of change is positive for the people, and it will be harder to change it back. So good luck to those people in Japan who are getting this. I guess congratulations is probably in order too. And enjoy it. Take the time to enjoy it. Spend more time with your family and your friends, and hopefully this idea will spread around the world. We as workers deserve it. We work too much as is.